In this video, I'll look at some of the workflow and workspace I use in 3dsMax. To start in 3dsMax, always set your project first and then open your scene. Click on the Max icon and choose Manage. Under Manage, set the project folder. 3dsMax works in a project structure. I've created one called Express Yourself 3dsMax, and in there are the default Max project folders, such as AutoBack for auto saving, Scenes for scenes, Scene assets for textures, and so forth. When you set the project folder, Max knows where to look for all the important pieces. I'll click OK, and then I'll click on File Open, or the Open button. What this does is it goes straight to the Scenes folder, in this case my Express Yourself 3dsMax project. And in there you can see the scenes that match each technical video. Each one starts with a start file and is saved in the end state. If you need to go between videos, make sure you load up the right file. I've also included a file called Anibot Rigged, and this is the basic Anibot rigged and ready to animate. Typically in 3dsMax, I work in one big view, as I find it's easier to look at. I'm also using the default Autodesk Media and Entertainment Dark UI, although you can customize if you'd like. I'll use my quad menus, right-clicking and choosing Move, Rotate, or Scale, and also hiding and unhiding. There's a lot of power in the quad menu here, and you can customize as needed by choosing Customize and Customize UI. I'll use my hotkeys, and I'm going to use the defaults in these tutorials. Q for Select, W for Move, E for Rotate, and R for Scale. For sub-objects, such as vertex, edge, border, polygon, and element, I'll use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. What I've done is to set up the scene to be as easy to use as possible. I've used my layers in here for this rig, and I'll explain this in the rig intro. Layers are a great way to manage the scene, especially when it gets more complex. Sometimes, for better workflow, I'll press Ctrl X and go into Expert mode. This leaves me with just the viewport. When I'm doing things like, let's say, just keying, I'll use my hotkeys such as N for Auto Key and QWER for Select, Move, Rotate, and Scale, and simply animate. I'll press Ctrl X to get out of Expert mode, and there's my command panel and top navigation again. Most of the attributes for things in here are found in the Modifier panel, and we can pick objects and see their custom attributes I've added. If you'd like to play further with these, choose Animation, and there's our parameter editor for editing those custom attributes. We can also go into the wire parameters in the parameter wire dialog and deal with how things are connected, such as the custom attributes to morph targets. So with the workspace and workflow in mind, and thinking about being fast as you work and having your tools close at hand, let's get started in animating the Anibot.